60% more business, half the accounts. If someone told you that was possible, you'd probably want to see the evidence. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it happened. A few years ago, I was brought in to work with a sales team. They were good people, very experienced and working hard, but the numbers weren't reflecting any of it. When I sat down with them and looked at what was really happening, the picture became clear very quickly. They were calling on over 750 accounts between them, roughly double what they should have been managing. Across that entire account base, every account was getting roughly the same level of attention. The smaller ones that rarely ordered, the ones that hadn't grown in years, the ones that engaged warmly but never actually moved. All getting visited, all getting followed up, all taking time. Nobody had made a conscious decision to let it get that way. It had just accumulated over time. So we started at the beginning. How many selling days does this team actually have? When you subtract holidays, sickness, internal meetings, exhibitions, you end up with somewhere around 200 effective selling days per person. Based on 3 calls a day, that's roughly 600 meetings available per year. That's the ceiling. And they were trying to cover 750 accounts with it. Then we mapped the account base properly. Which accounts were genuinely driving results? Which had real potential that wasn't being developed because there was never enough time? Which were comfortable relationships that were never going to grow, but kept getting visited anyway? And where were the real opportunities to grow existing accounts that nobody had identified because they were too busy maintaining everything else? The answers weren't comfortable. A significant number of accounts that have been visited and maintained for years, simply didn't justify the time. Not because the relationships were bad, but because the commercial reality didn't support the investment. So we made some deliberate decisions. The team went from calling on 750 accounts to roughly half that number and delivered 60% more business. Less activity, more return. Not because they became better salespeople, but because they stopped spreading effort across accounts that were never going to justify it and started spending proper time with the ones that could actually grow. Territory first, understanding your real capacity and what that means for the size of the account base you can actually manage. Accounts next, knowing which ones deserve your focus and which ones don't, and where the real growth opportunities are sitting undeveloped. Opportunities within those accounts, understanding which deals are genuinely real and which ones just feel that way. Most salespeople never go through this process properly, not because it's complicated, but because nobody has ever walked them through it. That's what this is really about. Not working harder, not selling differently, but making better decisions about where your time goes. If you're interested in working together more closely over a longer period, there's a waiting list for the mentorship program. Details are on the page.